39 WLD 1411, date shipped November 4th, 1938. We have a massive amount of documentation with this, which we'll be reading. So we'll start. Came with Goodyear tires, black and ivory, sold to Frank, Harley Davidson's invoice. He financed it. Now, notice this one here doesn't say anything about this 3-speed tranny because they never made a 4-speed in a WL model, for those of you who don't know. So never assume everybody knows everything. So we're mentioning it now because most of these bikes have been big twins. This is a 45. So Deluxe Equipment Group, yes, that's a massive amount of chrome on a 45 with a cool paint job. And we have our sales order acknowledgement here. I sure wish he'd kept his original purchase orders for especially some of this custom paint stuff, but we have not found any yet. So let's see what else we have. We have the dealer record purchase release when he paid the finance company. And we have a massive amount of letters. So let's see what they say. This is on Frank's letterhead. Again, that beautiful 38 he had on his original letterhead. And we do not have a date. We can see that he had moved from his little one-man building to his new Court Street address at this time. That's where he bought the building. Harley Davidson. Dear Sir, in reference to your letter of April 29th floor plan of 1939 WLD 1411, balance 268 plus interest 402. We still have the motorcycle, and after just paying our monthly bills, we have a cash balance of $290. I haven't paid my city taxes yet of $179 now due. That's a massive amount of city taxes. Wow. So I'd appreciate it if you can renew this note again. We're doing more business every day and seem to have less cash as we go along, but I believe that's the way things work out. The profits can hardly take of a rapidly expanding business in any line. The chunk we bit off when we bought this building, again, that's his new building on Court Street, was plenty big and used up all our surplus cash, but we had to do it because there was no other way out. We have 2 sidecar outfits, radio jobs for Rochester City Police coming through side draft. I'll be able to give my note at the bank to lift them. Also have another note coming due at the bank for $353, May 15th. So we got to hustle. We'll pay you up as soon as we can, hoping this finds you in the best of health. Frank. Yeah, I just posted those sidecar videos the other day. This is Kilborn Finance, Harley's Finance Corporation, to Frank. Dear Sir, we advise of your note becoming due May 9th, 1939, representing balance only on following shipment, for due on floor plan terms. 39 WLD 1411, balance 268, interest $4. Please arrange that your remittance is received in our office at due date. So this original letter was a response to that letter, and he stapled it together for reference. Hey, you two. There they are. They're playing. Play nice. Play nice with the kitty poodle, hey? That's your buddy. Kilborn Finance Corporation. Mr. Frank. Dear Sir, confirming our telephone conversation of this morning, we submit the following statement of balances owing on floor plan and demonstrator machines which have been sold and delivered. Floor plan 39EL3373, 302, interest $3. Floor plan 39 WLD 1411, 268, interest $5. Demonstrator 39EL 1135, $76. Which is really nice. That way you can see what he has on the floor, what he was having as his demonstrator, what he, floor planned. In other words, he didn't have it sold yet. You mentioned that about owing other obligations, but we think your bank balance will be sufficient to pay us after using the paid up reserve credit of $193. We know that from time to time you might be pinched for operating capital. We would like to impress that it's very beneficial for your personal credit standing to arrange immediate payment for any floor plan machine when it's been sold and delivered. Orders number 21, 22, 23, 24 have not as yet been shipped, but they will go forward at the earliest possible date. We received a letter from the sales department advising reason for unexpected delay. Very truly yours. We have a lot more letters. This is from Frank, Mr. Hennon, June 5th, 1939. Mr. James Swan, Rochester, New York. Dear Sir, the remittance in the amount of $31.66 to cover the installment on your note due May 29th has not reached our office. We are confident the delay is due to an oversight. We'll ask you to kindly make a special effort to mail payments so they reach us before becoming past due. Very truly yours. So I guess they financed that bike for Frank. Doesn't specify which one. Somehow it got stushed in this pile. And Mr. Frank Hennon, P.S. As Frank Cassinorino made direct payment to you for his June 2nd installment, $13.38. You will remember this is a contract the writer took to help towards payment of some floor machines that were missing at the time of my call. This writer, according to our records, was very prompt in paying his April and May installments. For that reason, we think perhaps he has paid his June 2nd installment direct to you. Well, this was all stapled together, so somehow it made sense to Frank at one time. Sure, I'm not got a double page there. Okay, and some Harley Davidson, I think, or to Harley. Dear Sir, in answer to your letter June 5th, floor plan balance due $461. My bank balance today is exactly $156. It's not even comfortable a lot, alone the amount owed to you. Our this month's bills, including note to the bank, were a little over $1,500. This was all paid. And checking over our stock and locating our capital, we find that we have no new machines in stock, but have $21.45 worth of used machines. That's where the money is. Right now I'm on 3 deals that will be settled in the next 2 or 3 days. Hickok Belt Company, 74 in commercial chassis. Printed the word chassis to be traded in. New York State Railways, 374 sidecar outfits complete. Trading in 374 sidecar outfits, 32 and 34 models. Goodrich Silverton Branch, 1 Servicar trading in 1935 International pickup truck, value about $150. Now what would you suggest? Zimmy underbid me to $100 on the Hickok deal. I raised my offer $50, making $175, allowance for their 1934 HD with old chassis. On the street railways, I can expect to pay a very high allowance on these jobs. I've not heard Zimmy's figures on the railways yet, but from past experience, know about what to expect. On your visit here, you mentioned about helping me out on some deals, though it might mean tying up my profit. If I make these deals I have just mentioned, which I am 99% sure of making, I'm going to need that help. I just can't see letting a deal go to the other side of the fence because of a temporary lack of working capital, and to date I have made all the profitable deals I could without reserving any working capital. Our business is 100% solvent, but we're going too fast for our working capital to keep up. You can readily see where I'll be after taking in the trade-ins on the above deals mentioned, but that's not going to stop us from going right ahead and making them if we can do so with any reasonable profit. Now we're open to your suggestions of the proper way out. But I see it, I need $1,500 at once. You know how you work from there on. With this additional money, I can just about double my last year's new machine sales. Let's hear your side of the story. Sincerely yours. I guess he's asking for an increase in floor plan to Harley. Yeah, we have more letters from Harley Davidson. Mr. Frank. Dear Frank, personal letter. Having received no answer to our letter of October 27th, it was dated November 1st, 1938, with some scratching here I can't quite read. We assume you have planned your opening for November 12th, talking about this new building. We are currently going to ship your 39 WLD order number 3. Order number 3 was his third order, about November 4th, and order number 4 for an EL on or before the 7th. This will give both machines in time for your jamboree. Should you need any 39 handout literature or other material for your party, drop us a line right away and we'll include it with one of the motorcycles. Well, in the postscript in our letter of October 27th, we stated that we had received a parts and accessory order. I find that since it's an order for only accessories, we have done about the parts order which Kilbourne Finance Corporation is going to handle for you. Let's go, Frank. Put Rochester on the Harley-Davidson map in a big way in 39. Very truly yours, Harley-Davidson. So he just got his order. Order number 3. His third bike. Harley-Davidson. May 12, 1938. Mr. Frank Hennon. Dear Frank, this is in reply to your letter of May 3rd. We have shipped you a set of special intake cam gears for your WLD motor. These cams, you'll note, are a little broader and 1/32 higher than the standard cams. Be sure the intake valve does not hit the head when they are open. You should have not less than 1/32 clearance between the head and the valve. We also have the WLDR valve springs. These springs are 25% stronger than the standard 45-inch spring. The number of the spring is DET.number.2110-8RC in case you want some. We also suggest that you polish out the intake ports, which will also help. When closing a gear chart for the 45 model for hill climbing, we suggest you use a 26 or 29 tooth engine sprocket and run in low gear. Of course, you will have to have good traction chain. Regarding the heads on your WLD motor, these are the same used on the WLDR motor, and outside of polishing should not be changed. Trusting this is the desired information, we are very truly yours, Harley Davidson. From Kilbourne. Mr. Frank, dear sir, thanks for your orders number 1, 2, and 3. His first 3 orders. Order number 1 will be shipped on regular site draft terms and perhaps will be your demonstrator, but we think that you will sell it before you have the opportunity to put any miles on it. Orders number 2 and 3 are being put through regular floor plan terms. Now, we expect you to definitely understand that a floor plan note is to be paid immediately just as soon as the floor plan machine is delivered from your floor. This payment is to be made regardless of what selling terms were involved. This is the only way in which we can handle any floor plan machines under satisfactory conditions as to both the dealer and ourselves. If you have an opportunity to sell one of these floor plans under special conditions or terms, then you write us in advance and ask for our consent or rejection. It is hard for us to give you any definite shipping date on your orders. You know, every dealer in the United States wants the first machine. The sales department is trying to arrange fair distribution. You asked for contract forms and order blanks. They are already en route. Be sure that you use the new contract forms, because if you do not, the contract will have to be returned and rewritten. You know, for 1940, we think it would not be a bad idea for you to just forget about your so-called competition. Both you and Mr. Hennon go about your business in your own way and pick your own customers. Maybe by the end of the 1940 season, you'll find that your sales have actually increased and your net profit has doubled. I think they're talking about Zimmerman. They just put his name in place. That's what it appears to me. Anyhow, Frank Hennon, page 2. You know, sometimes we worry more about our competitors' business than our own. There are plenty of new prospective customers in your territory. You do not have to pick out the same riders that have been following with Zimmerman and his gang. There you go. Zimmerman's another Harley dealer. Finally got the answer. Another thing is that so-called competition from Danville. This is not as serious as you think, because a checkup indicates that this dealer has been selling practically all of his machines within his own territory and to customers who are trading automobiles. Do not let our new 15 and 18-month selling plan be your set standard of operating on new machine sales. These new deals have to be carefully watched, because in case of a default, a dealer has a repossession back on his hands, which includes a rather large finance and insurance charge. We're also pleased to be able to enclose note in 39 EL 3837, which completes payment of your first floor plan machine. So 39 EL 3837, according to them, was his first floor plan machine. Interesting. So that's that. So we finally figured out who Zimmerman was. Another Harley dealer in the area. Intense competition between the dealers' territory. Still is today. See you guys in the next video.